actually needs a pair of Atom Audio A77H powered studio monitors in a home or small project room? If you're mixing tracks late at night, sharing a space with family, or trying to trust what you hear instead of what you think you should hear, the real question isn't, are these good speakers? But, can they sit in a normal room and still tell you the truth about your mix without bankrupting you? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Most powered monitors in this price bracket are tuned to sound exciting in a showroom, then fall apart once you move them into a real room. The A77H doesn't do that. Each speaker has its own DSP tuning, so you can dial in a gentle high-shelf cut or adjust the mid-range without reaching for an EQ pedal every time the couch moves. That matters if you're bouncing between a bedroom studio and a living room setup. You're not locked into one acoustic personality. The Rotatable X-ART ribbon tweeter is the detail that actually changes how you work. When you flip it to the side setting, the highs stop bouncing off the desk and start reaching your ears straight on. I've watched clients nod when they hear the same snare hit play through the A77H twice, once with the tweeter aimed at the wall, once aimed at the listener, and suddenly the transient sounds like it's in the room instead of on top of it. That's not a spec sheet trick. It's the kind of clarity that saves you from over-compressing a vocal because the top end felt buried in the mix. On the flip side, these monitors ask for space. If your desk is against a wall and your chair is 6 inches away, the low end can bloom into a one-note hump around 80 Hz. The DSP helps, but it's not magic. You'll still need to tow them out a bit or add a small room treatment behind them. Otherwise the mixed translation suffers when you play the same track on car speakers or phone. Budget for a pair of acoustic panels or a bass trap if your room is smaller than 12x12. Another hidden trade-off is the power draw. Each speaker pulls about 120 W at full tilt, so if you're running a pair late at night on a shared circuit, you might hear the fridge kick on every time the kick drum hits. It's not loud enough to annoy neighbors, but it's enough to remind you that these aren't battery-powered portables. If you're a bedroom producer who mixes mostly synths and acoustic guitars, the A77H will over-deliver on detail you didn't know you were missing. If you're tracking live drums in the same room, the low-end bloom will frustrate you until you treat the space. If you need something that sounds fun for casual listening, there are cheaper powered monitors that hype the highs and bass. These are built for people who want to hear the difference between a 6 kHz shelf cut and a 5.8 kHz shelf cut. The 3.5-inch mid-range driver keeps the soundstage focused without the honk you get from larger cones in cheaper monitors. That's useful when you're trying to pan a synthpad left while keeping a vocal centered. The image doesn't smear the way it does on monitors that use a single woofer. The rotatable tweeter also means you're not stuck with a fixed sweet spot, which is a lifesaver if you move your chair or share the desk with someone taller. The biggest reason to skip these is the price jump from mid-tier monitors. You can get a pair of competent 6-inch powered monitors for half the cost, and they'll play louder and sound good enough for podcast editing or gaming. But once you A/B them with the A77H, you'll notice the low-end extension isn't as tight and the highs lose air. If your budget is under $600 for a pair, look at the Kali LP6V2 or the Presonus Eris E5 XT first. They're solid choices that won't punish you for untreated rooms. If you're serious about mixing on headphones and want a second opinion that isn't colored by your room, these monitors are worth the premium. If you're just starting out and your room sounds like a bathroom, save the cash and treat the space first. The A77H will reveal every flaw before you're ready to fix them.